About privacy policy. Privacy statement. In order to protect the personal information of the customer and to prevent the damage caused by leakage of personal information outside, take the customer personal information very seriously, and we completely relate law and regulation that information and communication service, such as the Act of Promotion and Information Network Research and Information Protection, the Personal Information Protection Act. Our privacy policy is subject to change due to the change in laws and guidelines related to the protection and personal information and change in the policies. So please check with us whenever you visit our site. General rules. Our site is committed to protecting the privacy of user personal information and is committed to protecting the personal information that the user provides the company while using the company service. According the company comply with the personal information protection regulation of the related law and regulations and the personal information protection guidelines established by the Ministry of Information and Communications. We should be compliant with the provision of information and communication service, such as the Promotion of Information Network Users and Information Protection Act. The company which discloses through its privacy policy how it in what manner personal information provided by users is being used and what measures are being taken to protect personal information. The company discloses its privacy policy in the front page of the homepage so that users easily view it at any time. 1. Agreement to collect personal information. The company shall establish a procedure by which users can click the Accept button or the Cancel button on the contents of the company personal information handling method on terms and conditions. If you click the Accept button, you agree to the collection of personal information. 2. Purpose of usage and collection of personal information. Personal information means information about an individual who alive and includes information that can identify the individual by the name, date of birth included in the information. Personal information collected by individual customers of the purpose of collection and use are as follows: name, ID, password number, email address, your bank account, a copy of your photo ID, mobile number. Optional materials to provide personalized service, preventing fraud, use of fraudulent customer and preventing unauthorized use. 3. Preventing fraudulent use of fraudulent customer and preventing unauthorized use. When a user joins a customer to use a customer service, the company reserves only online information that is essential for the providing the service. The essential information you receive when you sign up is your name, email address, and so on. Also, in order to provide high-quality service, users can input optional phone number and bank account number, and we can also request personal information for statistical analysis and offer the price during surveys or events at the exchange. We do not collect sensitive personal information that may be of concern to the basic human rights violations. If we collect inevitably, we will ask for your prior consent, and in any case, the information you enter will not be used for any other purpose other than the purpose previously provided to you and will not be leaked out for retention and use period of personal information collected. When a company collects personal information of a use, the period of retention is until customer ship termination. In addition, at the time of termination, the company destroys the personal information of use and ensures the third party to enjoy the personal information provided by the third party. However, if there is necessary to preserve it in accordance with laws and regulations such as commercial law, we have a transaction history and minimum basic information for the purpose of preservation prescribed by laws and ordinances. In addition, we will keep your personal information for the duration of the promised period if you notified the user in advance of the period of retention, if the period of retention have not elapsed, and if the individual consent of the users. 5. Procedures and methods of personal information destruction. In principle, the personal information of the user is destroyed without delay when the purpose of the collecting and using the personal information is achieved, and the produce and method of destroying company's personal information as follows. Destruction: produce. The information entered by the user of customer ship purpose is transferred to separate DB after the purpose have been achieved. According to internal policies and relevant law and regulation, it will be destroyed after a certain period of storage. Destruction methods: personal information printed on the paper is crushed and destroyed by crushing. Personal information stored in the form of electric file is deleted by using a technical method that cannot reproduce a record. Regarding the user's personal information management, user can log in to the outside website at any time and read the correct the user personal information by changing the customer information. In addition, we will correct if the request by email or in writing to the person in charge of personal information management on the company homepage. However, the customer ID and the name cannot be corrected. 7. Matter concerning the operation of cookies. In order to provide customer service tailored to the customer, the company operates cookies to store and retrieve information from time to time. The company identifies your computer with respect to cookie management, but does not personally identify you. 8. Measures to ensure the safety of personal information. The company pursuant to the Article 29 of the Personal Data Protection Act has the following technical, administrations, and physical measures to ensure safety: minimization and training of personal information handling staff, regular self-audit, connected establishment and implementation of internal management plan, encryption of personal information, technical measures against hacking, restricts access to personal information, keeping connection logs and preventing piracy, using a lock for document security, access control for unauthorized persons. 9. Personal information management official and person in charge. The company is doing its best to make sure that you use the good information securely in case any incidents that are against the notice to you in protecting personal information. The person is charged of personal information management is responsible. The responsibility of maintaining the security of the password of the user ID is related to the user himself or herself. The company does not ask the user directly about the password anyway, so please be careful not to let the password leak to the other person, especially if you are online in a public place. Despite the company's technical remedies, we are not liable for damage to information due to unforeseen accidents caused by basic network danger such as hacking. The company has decided that the personal information administration and person in charge of collecting opinion and complaint about personal information. The contact information is as follows: personal information administration. API doc. To view the API documentation, please open the link github.com/exchange.api. Apply for listing. Project application. Please use official decided email address to send project white paper, official website, project introduction, team introduction, token name, ERC20, token, contract address, contract safely report, coin market cap, or non-small links, plan current time, contact WeChat, and other information. We will contact you as soon as we receive your application for the currency. The official credit team reviews the authenticity, completeness, and contractual safety to the materials. The delisting situation. In case of any of the following circumstances, we will give delisting treatment to the item of the upper currency. When the project party intentionally conceals major events that may seriously affect the price of tokens, 2. The project is suspected of illegal and criminal activities, such as money laundering, fraud, and pyramid selling. 3. There are other major hidden risks in the project, such as hackers stealing currency and concealing an additional insurance, which are enough to cause the project to have a rich event for the average daily trading volume of the tokens is less than $20,000 or other equivalent tokens lasting for more than 15 days. 5. The project party is suspected of manipulation in the market if the circumstances are serious. 6. The project party's propaganda of market behavior damage IMO or community interest if the circumstances are serious. 7. Dissolution of project team or change of members. 8. Other circumstances sufficient to delist. Finally, disclaimer. Article 1. Compensation for damage. A company shall not be liable for any accident arising out of transactions that are outside the trading rules stipulated in the terms and conditions, and shall not be liable for any dispute arising out of the negligence of the seller or buyer. The damage or loss caused by the company of affiliates shall be in accordance with the terms of the affiliate, and the dispute between the affiliate and the customer shall be settled in principle. Article 2. Disclaimer. A company shall not be liable for any of the following: A. In case of force measures such as inhibition, natural disasters, or national emergency. B. In the event of damage caused by intention or negligence of the user. C. In the case of telecommunication service failure provided by other telecommunication carriers. The company shall not be liable for the disruption in the use of service due to the reason for the use of force or mistake. The company shall not be liable for the contents of the material posted and transmitted by user. The company should not be liable for any detected defects in the delivery of cryptocurrency due to defective service of the cryptocurrency issues management system or telecommunication service providers, or due to the periodic server inspection. The contents of the cryptocurrency registered in our site exchange is registered by each customer, and the company is not responsible for the contents of registration. Okay, that's all about IMO exchange. If you have some question, please comment under my video. Thanks for watching my video. See you next time. Goodbye.